The Milwaukee Bucks knew they were in a huge, huge way. Giannis Holiday really stepped up their games tonight. Chris Paul had an off shooting night. Devin Booker, he had 31 points in game 2. He got shut down to 10 points. Now the Phoenix Suns are reeling, despite the fact they are still up 2-1. Is this the start of a comeback for the Milwaukee Bucks? I will have more on Game 3 of the NBA Finals. The Yankees, the Astros had a huge series. I want to talk about the Milwaukee Brewers and the Cincinnati Reds. And it's time that the South Side of Chicago gets some love. All of that and much more tonight. And a good evening, everybody out there watching YouTube land. This is Scott Manning coming to you live from the Scott Manning YouTube Sports Talk Show. We have a lot to talk about here in the next half hour or so. As soon as I get all situated here. There we go. Sorry about that little faux pas there. Game 3 was a must-win tonight, and the Milwaukee Bucks knew it. Milwaukee got the job done tonight, 120-100. What in the world happened tonight in Game 3? Well, for starters, the Milwaukee Bucks answered the bell when they needed to. They picked up their 13th postseason win, the most in their franchise history. And look out, between games 3 and 7, they have a 10-3 record with an .80 with an 880 record, with an 880 mark. If you stop and think about it. All right, tonight in Game 3, it was a huge night for Giannis, and everybody knew what was going to happen. Giannis anchor comp, 41 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. He shot 14 of 23 by himself, and he was 13 of 17 at the free throw line. Well, I'm going to be quite honest with you. That was a huge win tonight, and that was a big reason. Drew Holiday, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Boy, did he come up big tonight. Chris Middleton, a better night for him. 18 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Brook Lopez, we haven't called his name much in this series. 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block. Bobby Portis, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. In the first 2 games, he'd had a combined 7 points and 5 rebounds. That was it for him in the first 2 games of this series. I'll tell you what, the Milwaukee Bucks just dominated tonight. At one point, they led by 20. And second chance points, they dominated at 20-2. Giannis, he had 41 points. 28 of those points were in the paint. And on the fast break, Milwaukee took that 16-6. Points in the paint, 54-40. If you look at the 5 players in double figures tonight for the Milwaukee Bucks, they shot a combined 36 of 71. And it was a night that they needed it.
House of pleasure.
Well, I'll tell you what a game it was tonight. The Bucks just dominated. The Phoenix Suns didn't have anything at all. Here's a case in point for the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker, he shot 12 of 25 from Game 2. Remember that, and I'll get to the rest of that here in a minute. But first, Chris Paul, 19 points, 9 assists, 1 steal. That was it for him. DeAndre Ayton, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals. Jay Crowder, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. Devin Booker, he only had 10 points. He had 31 in Game 2. Remember that. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Cameron Johnson, he had 14 points, 5 rebounds, 1 block. Those 5 players in double figures tonight for the Phoenix Suns, they only shot a combined 30 of 57 for the game. And I said keep in mind Devin Booker. In Game 2, he had 31 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. He shot 12 of 25 from the field. In Game 3, Booker only had 10 points, and he only shot 3 of 14. That was it. And I mean, if you look, I mean, from beyond the arc, the Phoenix Suns only shot 9 of 31. That was it for only 29%. And if you look at the 3-point numbers for the Bucks, they were 14 of 36 for 38.9%. That was huge, and everybody knew it. The Milwaukee Bucks got the job done in Game 3. They did anything in there. I said the other day they had to win Game 3 and 4. This is a great start. They got Game 3, which was big. This way, at least they're not down in an 0-3 hole. And that was the one thing that worried a lot of people. If the Bucks lose Game 3, it would have been lights out. Now, all of a sudden, the Milwaukee Bucks get new light. And I'm going to tell you this. They need to be thankful for that. Because in the first 2 games, the Milwaukee Bucks were just bad. And the Bucks were also just a plain old train wreck. Now that Game 3 is in the books, we look forward to Game 4 on Wednesday night. And I'm going to tell you this. The Milwaukee Bucks have some momentum now. And this game was decided in the second quarter. The Phoenix Suns had a bad second quarter. That's all there was to it. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in my life. The Bucks took the biggie. They took the most important game of the series, Game 3. Had they lost Game 3, it would have been lights out. And that's all there is to it. So now, the Phoenix Suns are still up 2-1. What will happen in Game 4 on Wednesday night? We're going to have to wait and see, people. We're just going to have to wait and see. Okay. This game tonight was a crazy one. But we've had some craziness in Major League Baseball this season. And I want to talk about that. And I'm going to address that here as soon as I get the right notes. Here we go. Now I got the right notes here. I had to grab two pages of notes here. All right. Let's move on. The New York Yankees took 2 of 3 from the Houston Astros. And I'll tell you right now, it was a miracle that they did take it. It would have been a game. It would have been a 3-game sweep for the Yankees had Jose Altuve not hit a game winner, had not hit a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth today in an 8-7 victory. That was the only reason why the Astros won today. But if you look at the series for the Astros, you're thinking, what in the world happened? Let's see. Michael Brantley. I was going to be singing his praises. He was only 2 for 11 with the series with a walk and a strikeout. That was it for him. Jose Altuve, Mr. Hero on Sunday. He also had a run, the home run I talked about, 3 RBIs, a walk. He struck out twice. Yordan Alvarez. I was going to give him some love. I changed my mind. He was 1 for 12 with 5 strikeouts today. Yuli Gurriel. He was 2 for 12 with a run, and he had 3 strikeouts. That's my little buzz. That's my bozo buzzer, if you get what I mean. All right. For the New York Yankees. And the Yankees did take 2 out of 3. Some of it was because of Aaron Judge. He was 3 for 13. He had a double, a home run, an RBI. He had 2 walks, but he did strike out 3 times. So I will give him a little bit of love. DJ LeMahieu. He was 3 for 11 with a double, a run, 2 RBIs, 4 walks, and he struck out twice. Giancarlo Stanton. He was 2 for 11 with 2 walks, a run, and 3 strikeouts. Gleyber Torres for the series. Now, he didn't play the whole series, though. Keep that in mind. He was 2 for 8 with a double, a run, an RBI, a walk, and he only struck out once. So I'll give him a little bit of love. All right. That was a look back at the series. But there were 2 things that did stick out to me in this 3-game set between the Astros and the Yankees. The first thing that stuck out was on Saturday. Garrett Cole went the distance. He pitched a complete game shutout in a 1-0 victory, and it was a huge one. Garrett Cole allowed 3 hits, 2 walks, and he struck out 12. So if you have any stock in Garrett Cole, now would be the time to buy. Buy. And That deserves a tie-dye right there. But for the Houston Astros, the highlight of the weekend was Jose Altuve's walk-off winner in the bottom of the ninth today on this Sunday. That was the highlight. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. The Astros are still in pretty good shape. They're leading the Oakland A's in the American League West. But the next question is this a sign for the New York Yankees that the Yankees are coming back? It could be, but they still got a ways to go. But right now, the talk of New York is the New York Mets, and I'm going to address that another time. But the Yankees taking 2 of 3 from the Astros, that's a real good thing. That's a real good start. Can they keep it up? We'll have to wait and see. All right. Now, I was going to talk about the Cubs-Cardinals series, but unfortunately, today's ball game was a washout. There was no game out in Chicago today, so I've decided to talk about another series to take its spot, and it's a huge one. The Cincinnati Reds and the Milwaukee Brewers. The Reds took 3 of 4 from the Brewers on the road. Think about this. If you think about what the Reds have done and how bad the Brewers are playing, you'll see why. And right now, the Cincinnati Reds are only 4 games back in the National League Central behind Milwaukee. This is huge. Everybody was thinking it was going to be Cubs-Cardinals. All of a sudden, do we need to be talking about the Brewers and the Reds? We'll have to wait and see. Well, let's think about this for the minute. For the series, and this is for the series. Nick Castellanos, I don't talk about him at all. He was 4-16, 2 runs, 2 walks, a home run, 5 RBIs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Let's give him some love. Jesse Winker, he was 4-17 with 2 runs, a double, an RBI, a walk, and 3 strikeouts of his own. So, let's give him some love. Now, Jonathan India, he was 4-14, but he had a run. He did walk 3 times, but he struck out 6 times. Sorry, India, I got to do this. I have to do it. There we go. And Joey Votto for the series. He was 3-14 with a run, a double, an RBI, 4 walks, but he struck out 5 times. Sorry, Joey. I know you're Mr. Red, and a lot of people in Cincinnati love you, but I have to do this. And now, for the Milwaukee Brewers, Omar Narvaez. He was 4-for-11 with 2 runs. He had 2 doubles in the series. He had 2 walks, and he had a strikeout. So let's give him a little bit of love. Avisail Garcia. He was 6-15 with a run, 2 doubles, a home run, 4 RBIs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. So I will give him some love. Willie Adams. He was 4-14 with a run, a double, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So I will hold off and give him something else. Christian Yelich. He was 3-for-13 in the series with a walk and 2 strikeouts. He got tossed from the game on Saturday night, so therefore, he's going to have to get this. So, the Reds took 3 of 4 from the Brewers. What is going on? Well, let's see. The Cincinnati Reds are 9-2 in the month of July so far. Nick Castellanos, he's hitting .331. Jesse Winkler, .301. And right now, the Reds as a team, they're hitting .248. And the team ERA is 4.42. And think about the Reds pitching for a minute. Wade Miley, a 7-4 record with a 2.50 ERA. Tyler Mahle, a 7-3 record with a 3.68 ERA and 118 strikeouts. And think about this. Lucas King, he has 7 saves, a 4-1 record with a 5.02 ERA and 44 Ks. He's the best guy right now that the Reds have in the bullpen. That's why the Reds are in second, are just 4 games back of the Brewers in the National League Central. The Reds have come out of nowhere. Is this going to hold up to the second half of the season? We'll have to wait and see. But I'm telling you this, the Reds could be for real in the state of Ohio, or at least in the National League, if they're not careful. So what's going on with the Milwaukee Brewers? Why are the Brewers struggling? Why in the world did the Reds manage to take 3 or 4 from the Brewers? Well, let's think about this for a minute. Yes, the Brewers are leading the National League Central, but they're hitting .220 as a team. That is the worst in the National League, and it's second in the majors, only behind the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners are only hitting .216. I mean, the Brewers are not able to hit. Here's a case in point. Jackie Bradley Jr. He's supposed to be a big gun for the Brewers. He's only hitting .167, and his OBP is only .252. And that's it. The Brewers can't hit, and that's what's going on. And you know the sad part about this is the Brewers' pitching has been phenomenal. Here's a few cases in point. Brandon Woodruff. He has 129 strikeouts at a 2.06 ERA. Freddie Peralta. He leads the team in strikeouts with 135 and a 2.39 ERA. Corbin Burns, 128 strikeouts and a 2.36 ERA. I forgot to do the quick math for these guys, but I'm going to tell you something. I have never seen a team lead in the division but not able to hit much of anything. They got off. The Brewers are getting off right now. But the Brewers face the Reds at Riverfront after the All-Star break. Keep that in mind, people. It's going to get crazy after the break. But the truth is, with as bad as the Brewers are playing, how are they still in first place? A lot of people have said the National League Central is weak. Okay, I grant you. I'm going to address the Chicago Cubs in a minute. That's a perfect example. I'm going to address the Cubs here in a few minutes, so stay tuned for that. But I'm going to say this right now. I have never seen a team in first place have the lowest batting average in the National League and still being leading a division. The Reds are above 500 for the first time in who knows how long. Are the Reds for real? I think so. And the Brewers found that out firsthand, losing as the Reds took 3 of 4 in Milwaukee on the road. Remember that. And I'm sure memories will be aplenty when these two teams face off again on Friday for our weekend series at Riverfront. And that's going to be fun to watch. All right. Let's move on. I'm going to talk about the Chicago Cubs, but I'm going to back up to something else. I want to talk about the city of Chicago, the Cubs and the White Sox. Now I want to talk about both those teams. First, I'm going to give you the ugly. The Chicago Cubs are stone cold right now. Is manager David Ross's job in danger? Some people are saying yes, but some people are actually saying no. But let's think about this. Since June 24th, the Chicago Cubs are only 3-13. And I'll tell you right now, in their last 36 games, they have lost 18-24. How bad is that? And also, too, I'm surprised that the Cubs are still in contention. Right now, the Cubs as a team, they're hitting .227. That's it. And Ian Happ, he's only hitting .183. Jason Hayward, he may be designated for assignment. He's only hitting .211. And the team ERA and the pitching is 4.13. Jake Arrieta, he's come back for his second stint with the Cubs. In 17 starts, he has a 5-9 record with a 6.30 ERA. There's a few of the reasons why the Cubs are doing so bad. And also too, at the trade deadline on July 30th, we could see Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, they could be in different uniforms after the trade deadline. Craig Kimbrell, Jacques Peterson, Andrew Chafin, and Zach Davies are also on the trading block come at the deadline. So the Cubs, they're having a fire sale. And think about this. 5 years ago, the Cubs were celebrating as world champions. What has happened on the north side of Chicago? Cubs president Jed Hoyer said, we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to trade some guys away if we're going to get back into this thing. The Cubs are down and out. That's all there is to it. And Tom Ricketts, the owner, really needs to rethink his strategy on this one. The Cubs are a nightmare right now. And a fire sale is probably going to be the only way to go in Chicago. Everybody's been talking about the Cubs. Everybody's saying, oh, the Cubs are struggling. We're having trouble. But you know what? The Cubs are struggling. Yes. But how come I'm seeing no love for the Chicago White Sox? I have paid attention to this whole time. You guys have been so busy thinking about the Cubs. You guys have all been hearing how bad the Cubs are doing, how bad the Cubs are doing. But hey, people, did you forget about another team on the South Side named the Chicago White Sox? I think it's time we give some respect to them. And here's why. In the month of July so far, the White Sox are 7-3. They're 19 games above 500. They're in first place in the American League Central. Now, I grant you, a lot of people have said the American League Central is weak. The Cleveland Indians especially. They're 8 games back of the White Sox. Now, the Indians are only 4-10 in their last 14 games. I'm not going to make that up. I'm not going to lie to you. However, the White Sox need some love in the American League. They're not getting it. And it's time that we show them some love. And here's why. Tim Anderson, he's hitting .309 right now, people, with 96 hits on the season. Yoan Makeda, he's hitting .270. He has a .272 batting average and an OBP of .401. Jose Abreu, he's hitting .253 with 15 home runs and 66 RBIs. And right now, the White Sox as a team, they're hitting .258. For crying out loud. And the team batting average, if I can find it, I forgot to write that. I already mentioned it. My bad. Kind of jumping ahead of myself here. I got so excited. It happens. But we talked about the hitting. But don't forget about Yerman Mercedes. The Mercedes can run like a Ferrari. And I've seen it. Now, as far as the pitching goes, the starting pitching, there are four White Sox pitchers in the rotation that have 100 strikeouts or more. Lance Lynn, he has a 9-3 record with a 1.99 ERA and 105 strikeouts to his credit. Carlos Rondon, he has a 7-3 record with a 2.31 ERA, 130 strikeouts to his credit. He leads the team in that department. Dylan Cease, he has a 7-4 record with a 4.11 ERA, 117 strikeouts to his credit. Lucas Gallardo, he has a 7-6 record, yes. He has a 4.15 ERA and 125 strikeouts to his credit. Those 4 starting pitchers, they have a combined 477 Ks this season. Now, if the pitching isn't enough, the hitting and the pitching, the starting pitching's great, but they got one whale of a bullpen. Think about this. Liam Hendricks, 23 saves. He has a 4-2 record with a 2.75 ERA and 63 strikeouts to his credit. Cody Heuer, he's one of the best middle relievers that the White Sox have. He has 14 holds on the season, a 4-1 record. Now, despite the fact he has a 4.84 ERA, he does have 36 strikeouts to his credit. And the team ERA for the White Sox is 3.58. My question is, how come the White Sox are not getting the love? How come everybody in Chicago is always talking about the North Side and the Cubs? We need to be talking about the South Side and the White Sox people. And that's all there is to it. I'm seeing nothing but love. They're saying like, oh, we got to stay in bed with the Cubs. No, you don't. You need to see what the White Sox are doing. You guys need to take a trip down to the South Side. I've not forgotten about the White Sox at all. Now, I grant you they're in the same division as the Cleveland Indians. The Indians are 8 games back. Can the Indians catch them? We don't know. But right now, the White Sox, I'm going to give them a lot of love because they've earned it. They've earned my respect. And I thought I'd never see this, but the South Side of Chicago is where everybody needs to be. That's where the love needs to go. And I've just told you why. And the bottom line is this. It's time to show the South Side and the White Sox some love. I know where Guaranteed Rate Field is. All you got to do is just drive down the Dan Ryan Expressway. I've accidentally found Guaranteed Rate Field. So let's give the White Sox some love. And manager Tony La Russa, you get my love, man. You've done a super job of bringing the White Sox back from nothing to a powerhouse. That's exactly what La Russa has done. And you've seen why. We'll see what happens with the Cubs. But for now, the White Sox need the love in Chicago, and I just told you why. All right. I got to kind of simmer down before my blood pressure jumps through the roof. All right, let's move on. The NASCAR Cup Series was in Atlanta today, and what a great race it was. Kurt Busch came home the winner. His brother Kyle came home second. Martin Truex Jr. was third, Alex Bowman fourth, and Ryan Blaney, the spring winner in March, finished fifth. Next Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series goes to New Hampshire International Raceway for a 300-lap race. For a great race there. 3 o'clock on the NBC Sports Network. But what a race today. I actually enjoyed today's race for a lot of reasons. Kurt proved that he could beat little brother Kyle at his own game, and he did it. But when we go to Atlanta next year, there will be a new track surface. The old surface at Atlanta is coming out. We will have a new track surface at the Atlanta Motor Speedway the next time the Cup cars go back. And actually, believe it or not, they did have to have a 20 to 30-minute red flag because the track was coming apart. Time to go for the old. It's time for the old track surface to go, and it's going to be time to say hello to a new one. Come next spring, when the NASCAR Cup Series goes to Atlanta for hopefully a 400 to 500 mile race. Congratulations to Kurt Busch. You're now in the play here in the NASCAR playoffs. You made it into the big time. Now let's see how you do. Maybe you can pick up a couple of more wins along the way. And that's what everybody's hoping for. And that's the truth of the matter. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for my closing thoughts. The All-Star break is now officially upon us. We'll have the Home Run Derby tomorrow night, the All-Star game on Tuesday. And we have a couple of days off for baseball, and the baseball action won't resume until Thursday night when the Yankees face the Red Sox. And to be quite honest with you, I'm looking forward to the second half of the season. What have we learned in the first half in this Major League Baseball season? The first thing I've learned is the Chicago Cubs are a train wreck. And they're going to have a fire sale. I guarantee it. The New York Mets, they're still red hot. But now, as far as the NL East goes, the Atlanta Braves are going to be done because Ronald Acuna Jr. got hurt and he's out for the season. The New York Yankees are struggling. Maybe they'll do what they did in '78 and come back and take to the division. We don't know. The White Sox are the team in Chicago. I don't care what these Northside Cub lovers are saying. The White Sox are the team in Chicago. As the All-Star break comes upon us, we have a chance to reflect back and have some fun. The All-Star game, you can actually relax and just be you. It's going to be a fun night. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it or not. I'll have to see what other plans I have. But I just want to let you guys know, and I'm going to throw in a special announcement. Thursday afternoon at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, I will be doing a YouTube baseball special to get you ready for the second half of the season. And I will give you my predictions, and I'm making some new predictions on who wins each division. And I said when the season started, it would be subject to change. There's going to be some changes made because of what I've seen so far. Now, I grant you, it's going to be a whole new ball game going into the second half. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. But please join me this Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Time for the Scott Manning YouTube Sports Baseball Second Half Special. I will get you ready for the second half of the season. I will give you my predictions on who wins which division. And I may, if you didn't get a chance to see the show the first time, I may tell you for some teams to look out for going into the second half. Will we have some breakout players? We'll have to wait and see. But I'm telling you, the second half of the Major League Baseball season is going to be here before you know it. And that's the bottom line on this night. Okay, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me here tonight. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Scott Manning. All you have to do is go to youtube.com, type my name, scroll down until you see this pretty face, click on subscribe, and you'll see all the sports videos I have done so far. I want to thank you guys so much for being with me here on this night. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much for being with me, and God bless. Good night, everybody, and I thank you, and I will see you Thursday at 12 noon.